Hello, everybody. We're live now. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to us, let me introduce myself. My name is Beata Seweryn-Reid, and I'm here with Julia, the founder of Untamed Hearts. And why we are here today? Julia,
Why
what
we're here today? Okay.
today?
Well, listen, we before getting on this broadcast, we got very clear why we are so excited to share this moment and why we want you to join us to celebrate this moment. And we are celebrating ourselves. We are celebrating feminine energy. We are celebrating women. We are celebrating who we are. And then we want to share that with you so that in your life, you will connect to that and you will acknowledge that beautiful energy, that beautiful, soft, quiet power that is changing the world, that lives inside each one of you. And we want you to own it and to celebrate it today with us at
Us.
every moment of this day.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be here with you, Julia, because I woke up this morning and I knew it's a Women's Day. And I was like, wow, what I'm really celebrating this morning. And then this awareness kicked in right away. You are celebrating you. So I'm celebrating the woman within me. And I hope all ladies out there is that they are gonna join us because very often we are on the bottom of the to-do list on our own to-do list. Yeah.
Yep.
So ladies, let's move us up on the list. Take care of yourself. So Julia, tell us more about who you are, first of all, because it's our first time together. And how do you celebrate you? How do you take care of yourself?
Mm, I love that question. By the way, I just want to give it back to the audience. Like people are joining us, and Miki, thank you so much for sending us love. We love you too. And I'm celebrating you, Miki, today. I am sending you so much love, and all of you ladies. So, going back to me, how am I celebrating me? How do I move myself up? I love what you said, Beata. Move ourselves up on the priority list, to do list, on any list. Move ourselves up. Because unless we take care of ourselves, unless we put the mask on, like in airplane, mask goes on first on the adult, then on the child. So we are the adults, women are the adults. Put the mask on, take care of you, and then everybody else around us will be allowed to take care of themselves as well. We are setting that up for others when we are taking care of ourselves. It is not selfish to take care of ourselves. So, now how do I do that for myself? First of all, I started to do something very different than I've ever done before. I actually verbalize what I want and what I need as a woman. In the past, I would be like quietly thinking, or even thinking like, oh, it's not important. Oh, it's just me. It's not so important. So, like in the past, I would think about me as it's just me, right? And right now, I'm like, this is me. What I want in the morning to be told that I'm special. I want flowers in my life. It makes me feel certain way. I want to go and work out. I want a moment with my friends. I want to just ground. And I want to acknowledge how I feel. And of course, if I want to get something for myself that makes me feel special, and in my world, it doesn't have to be anything expensive. It's not about money for me, but it's those little details, it's those little experiences. I want to go to the art gallery because I love that. I want to have a dinner with my friends because I love that. I want to celebrate life. That's how I celebrate me.
So basically, what I hear first you ask yourself, what do I want? How do I want to show up in this world? And then you just make a plan how to do it, and then you take action. Is that
It's almost like not a plan, but alignment, right?
alignment?
So
Or
for me, it's to align myself, but also let people around me know what it means. Because unless I say something, they will not know. They may not know. Not everyone may, sense it exactly. So there's something about us women to allow ourselves to express and say what is it that we want from people around us, and then also align with what we want for ourselves and give ourselves permission. So for me, it's giving myself permission. It's to verbalize.
I love it. Permission is a key, actually, not only in business, because very often we talk about business, but in life.
Yeah.
Giving, like, we women very often don't give ourselves permission, first of all, to be who we are, because we don't even know. We forget. Living all these years taking care about others, we are, like I said at the beginning, on the bottom of the to-do list. So we go, especially I see myself as a powerful woman, and I see the power in you. And sometimes they say, oh, it's so cocky what you say. I don't know, it's what that I recognize in you, and I'm not afraid to voice it up. And I know that many women are afraid to say it, and if you are afraid to say it, you just you just
Own it.
who you are at some point.
Yeah.
Because why would I share it? It's selfish. I just want to, like, everyone stop here and listen. Selfish is self-care. It's not that it's, if you don't take care of yourself first, like you were mentioning, put the mask on the plane for, I mean, if you have a kid and you are in danger on the plane, you know that if you don't help yourself, you won't be able to help your kid. And it's the same in life. Take care of yourself, then take care of others. You will be much more powerful and energized after taking care of yourself first.
Yes, I love that, Beata, and I love how particular you are about that. And I love, love, love that you are coming out saying, I am the powerful woman. So doing that, you allowing others to do the same. You creating that space where it's safe to say that, to feel that, to connect to that. So tell me about you. How do you make yourself feel special? How do you take care of that part of you?
Well, so first I have to say that for a very long time, I mean, I always felt confident and powerful, but I didn't know how to use it. And like I said before, I was suppressing it, because in my culture, and I want to talk about that to you later on too.
Yeah.
In my culture, I'm Polish. Women back in the time, it's changing now, but the women back in the time, they were good in the kitchen. They were good about taking care of the house. Yes, the small career, or yes, help the house, but you be there as a not self-care, the caregiver. Yeah. So, but I had great mom that showed me that I don't have to follow the other people's opinions, and I don't have to follow the rules, that I am the one who can break the status quo. And it's what I was doing since I was a kid, I believe. I grew up in communism, so you do. So you know how this world can be small, and how small your mind can be surrounded with these invisible walls. But so how do I celebrate me? So first of all, I had to learn to celebrate me. But my favorite things is recently, because I attended this great workshop, and the shaman, she says, and the flowers, it's the perfect, you said about you love flowers. She says, have roses around you and take baths with the rose petals. And it's what I do now. And I didn't know how powerful that is, celebrating you, giving yourself this luxury that it doesn't need to be some diamond. It can be just a bath with rose petals. And, meditation and journaling. In journaling, it's what I do. I go back and I ask this question that I believe you said at the beginning: who am I at this moment? Because we forget it. We forget who we are, and we are changing. We are changing. We are growing. Our awareness is growing, and it's okay. So maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, or maybe even a week ago, I had different desires, but today it's what I want. And then I have to make space. I have to make space for what my soul is calling me. It means removing all the distractions, decluttering, not only the space around you, but also within you, which is the very, very important. Clearing the soul is what is, I think, the most important part of my self-care.
I'm so happy that you've mentioned the soul. And the way I see the life itself, or I am the life itself, but the way I see it, experience it, it's like, yes, there's this body that we take care of. And very often we're pretty good about taking care of the body, like maybe the clothing, maybe the jewelry, maybe the nails, right? But there's a moment of taking care of your soul that sometimes is becoming invisible almost. And we kind of like, something is missing, but I can't put my finger on it. And women are very intuitive creatures. And very often we are very connected, not all of us, but very often we're very connected to our emotions. And so emotions sometimes could be telling us something different than the logic. And I think this is a moment when the soul is talking to us, saying, pay attention. So I love what you said about journaling, Beata, because this is how we can connect to our subconscious. This is how we could possibly pull something out unexpected that is so needed for our soul. So women, don't forget about that you are not just this beautiful body, like all of us are beautiful. It's not that. There is another part of us that makes our face lead, that makes our eyes like express the light, that makes our heart smile, and that's our soul. We need to feed that. We need to take care of it. And I love, Beata, that you said that your mom, and you said it so fast, like you said, my mom taught me something. She showed me that I don't have to follow the rules. By the way, same story here. I grew up saying to myself, I'm from communist country, from Russia, Ukraine. And I grew up saying that I'm not following the rules. And I love that you said, like, your mom is your role model, probably, or is she?
Yes.
She showed you the way.
Absolutely. And I think it's so important for us to show other women that we can be our own role models. Yes. We can, of course, look up for this others, powerful, strong, bold, brave women that can lead us, because it's very important. And I hope you agree here, to have a mentor always. The mentor that is maybe only one step ahead you, maybe 2 steps, maybe much farther, but usually it's the mentors. We choose mentors that are very similar to who we are. It's unconscious, because they probably walked your path and you see, oh my gosh, if they could do it, I can do it. Please show me. And the mentors usually also, they see farther than you at the moment. They can, the vision of you is so powerful that they can guide you if you let them. So it's what I do every day. And first of all, like you said, my mom, she was my mentor. She was my role model. But then I discovered that I can be my own role model. I just have to educate myself, raise my awareness, keep my soul open, and just surround myself with people like you that will show me and lift me up, and you pull me like, yes, maybe today your day is not the greatest day, but it's just a day, it's not your life, you can go further. So it's it's what keeps me going. And let's be role models for each other, ladies and gentlemen, if you support
Yes.
women.
And gentlemen. And we're talking about feminine energy here. So this energy that everybody has that energy. So allow it to blossom is very important, because this is the energy that is saving the world right now. And we're not going to go there deeply, but I have to say it today. The Who is going to save this world? It's the feminine energy. It's the women
Mm.
and the community. I want to just say a little bit, go a little bit deeper, Beata, on what you said. Who we surround ourselves with, the community, the people who we surround ourselves with, is very important right now, especially right now, because in the age of Aquarius, everything goes back to people. So let's create the connections. Let's connect the dots of people who are opening up this world and creating it in a way where we want our children to live, our grandchildren to exist. And the community, the connections, the mentors, like who we are associating, what kind of women we are associating with ourselves with, is who we are. It's a reflection, it's a mirror, like you said, Beata. I love that.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you said about community and surrounding ourselves with what I want to ask you. It can be personal, but not really. It can be about, because you created a beautiful community. So, what barriers have you faced as a woman in becoming who you are today?
Wow. I love this question because it just made me like breathe and think for a moment. So I think that a lot of barriers that are created are internal. I am the one created it. Like I have to be honest about that. And I am the one who's questioning me. And I am the one who needs to prove me that I am the one, that I'm worth it. And it's allowing myself and being present is what sets me free. And so I don't think that there is, well, listen, there is like the way we grew up has like a big stamp on our soul in a way, because we were told that we are all equal, we are should not be expressing ourselves too much, we should be listening. We were brainwashed a lot, and so I have this rebellious rebel in me that goes totally against it, and it helps. It actually does help, but there's still that stamp of the communism that says that the masses are more important than the individual.
Yes.
So as an individual, you have to, like, I have to say it out loud that I am important. And as a woman, it goes even more amplified. I am important. And by doing that, I'm allowing others to feel the same, to feel special, to feel important, to know that you have a very special gift in this world that you came with, that only is yours to express, only yours to bring to people. Does that make sense? Does it answer the question?
Absolutely. And I think it relates to, it's just created another question and thought in my mind, because Well, we live in US. We are both from outside of the US, from Europe, and I just realized that this message is so important. There are so many people, women and immigrants that are still finding themselves in this country. And I bet, well, it was challenging to me when I came to adjust, to find my new identity and actually find the self-worth here, because yeah, like you said, the barriers that we create, they are not outside, they are really in us, inside. Our soul is, strangled because we are telling ourselves the stories that usually start with I can't be like these people in, I can't have what they have. They were born here, they were living here, I'm just immigrant. It's what I was telling myself when I came to this country. And everyone who is listening, if you feel in any way, you don't have to be immigrant to feel different, to feel that you don't belong. So many people who are born here, they feel that they don't belong. It's in you. Look deeper. Where in your life did you decided, or who told you? Because very often these stories are not even ours. Who told you that you are not worthy? You are worthy. You are worthy. You are beautiful. And look at us. We had a long journey to go through, and we decided that our voice matters. And I don't know if you will agree, but many women, they believe that their voice doesn't matter. Like some of my clients, they come and say, so what is this conflict about? It's like, oh, he doesn't understand me, she doesn't understand me. And I said, did you ask, did you say how you feel? No, it won't matter anyway. What? Ladies and gentlemen, our voices matters, our stories matters. And if you don't say anything, if you don't use your voice, who would hear you? What is your point of view on that?
Yeah, so that kind of like that's what I was trying to say when I totally agree, Beata, totally. And this is my personal journey because one of my biggest blockages, and I work a lot with people on helping them to see the blockages and then remove them. So I do it with me as well.
Right.
So one of my biggest blockages was, and maybe less now, but still is, that feeling that I don't belong. And there's so many times when I didn't speak up I always worked at the high end brands, were very like, good looking, important, a little bit intimidating people, super smart people would be speaking at the meetings. And I've realized that I had so much to contribute, but I held myself back because of my accent. Back then I had a stronger accent, let's say, because I felt that who am I? Like, I'm sure they already know it. So, like, not acknowledging the gift, the vision that I have, that I have. I'm the. There's a reason why I'm there, and that my contribution is very important. But that feeling that you don't really belong, and do you even say something, or is it better to stay quiet? It's something that we are. Listen, the fact that we came to this country, we were not born into it, so our language, our accent, the culture that we come from are so different. That contributes for sure, but people who live here feel that as well, especially women.
Right.
So I absolutely agree, it's a choice. We need to choose that we are going to allow ourselves to be expressed and be unapologetic about it. And it's not about just saying things that don't make sense, right? It's not just about like being loud. You could be,
Absolutely.
your wisdom could be very quiet, but that is an internal job. It's knowing that you're the one. It's knowing that you belong, doesn't matter where you are. It's having that connection with the creator and knowing that you are placed in this position and you have this role and it's given to you as a gift by powers higher than you. And I'm wearing today this necklace, and it has, you can't see it from here, but it's the new collection of Untamed cards, and it says unapologetic. And I'm wearing it proudly, unapologizing for who I am and for who I am not, especially today.
That is funny because I was about to ask you what is one word that that would explain who you are, and I see that you just said it.
Today
Unapologetic.
it's unapologetic, and tomorrow I may change.
Yeah, we are a women. We change every day. Yes.
And God bless us.
Yes, absolutely.
How about you, Beata? Tell me your word.
My word, it would be courage and courageous. I had to find it very early in my life, and first I was not aware that it's what I do, but pushing forward no matter what, not giving up, and removing the barriers within me first. It takes courage. It takes courage facing your own limits. But because today is International Women's Day, and the theme for today generally is choose to challenge. So, what do you think? Is there any belief or bias about women today, women, that you would like to challenge today?
Yes. Let me just hear the one that I want to speak up today. Well, okay. Women are very beautiful. I just believe so. Doesn't matter what your size is, what your color is, what your shape is. Each one of us is very beautiful. So I want to challenge that the standard of beauty, that women need to be certain shape, that they need to have certain size or certain look to them. I want to challenge the standards that society is kind of via marketing campaigns is placing in our brain, right? I want to challenge this jail, internal jail that sometimes we put ourselves in if we eat something that is delicious and gain a few pounds, and judging ourselves. I want to challenge ourselves for judging ourselves as well. So self-image has a lot to do with self-love, with the internal freedom, and I want to challenge that.
I love it. I love it because it takes me to my belief about what I would like to challenge. There is this bias all around that women generally, and it's, don't take it like personally. It's what it's going on in this world, that they are not smart enough to think for themselves, that they need the second opinion, and I want to challenge that. You can think for yourself. You don't need, you need your own support first, and others people opinions about who you are and who you can become is none of their business. Because you have to remember, ladies, and I talk to gentlemen as well, because we need your support as well. All men, we need your support. We both need each other. So I'm challenging this bias, this myth that women cannot stand on their own. We can. And if someone is telling you that you can't, they are only talking from their own level of awareness, from what is possible for them. But they are not you. They don't know your inner real power. So they cannot act, think, first of all, and express it for you. So don't, like Julia said, don't put yourself in this inner jail. Be you, be free, be bold, be brave, and be powerful.
Love that. And happy
Oh, yes.
International Women's Day to all of us and to you guys as well, because women are a gift.
But if when we are free of this first judgments of others, because we usually look around, like you said, we go on social media and say, oh my gosh, these women, they have beautiful bodies. They look so gorgeous. And you go to the mirror and you just were cooking dinner for your family. And maybe there is some flour, here there is some because piece of sauce because you are trying, you go and say, oh my gosh, I'm ugly. And it's a bullshit. I'm sorry if I say, but this is the biggest BS you're telling yourself. Then you self-judge. And again, if you can think for yourself and say this empowering words like, okay, it's who I am today, but tomorrow I can be who I want to be.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah. And I lost the point, but my point was, sorry to disturb you, that if we can think for ourselves without what the world is thinking, we can, then it's the only way to be happy. Freedom is happiness, freedom of all the limits that the world is putting on you, and then you adapt as your own belief and story.
And the freedom is an internal thing. It's not to be free to go eat a truck of ice cream or get it's not about that. It's free of needing to do that.
Absolutely. But when you have your own freedom and you think for yourself, you know what you need to do. You won't eat the entire ice cream box, because then you know that you, first of all, won't feel good. Second, probably you have to, you will judge yourself. So it's this turns the circle to the taking care of yourself. So you deep down, you know what is good for you. And if you are eating the entire box of ice cream, probably you're eating something else. There is something what is bothering you, because yes, we comfort ourselves with food.
Yes, and if you do eat that ice cream, you girls enjoy it. Enjoy it all the way. Then it's gonna then like this is it. It's worth it then. So this is amazing. I want to do it every day. I want to celebrate us every single day and surrounding yourself with beautiful people. Like I have Beata with me. And how amazing is it? We didn't even realize we're coming from the same backgrounds. We can discuss. We're going to continue this conversation in different topics as well. But just like give yourself this huge hug. Just love yourself. Love yourself internally, unapologetically. Like I'm reminding myself, unapologetically. Be contagious. Being that way is contagious for other people, so that other people can allow themselves to experience it as well. And let your gifts be heard.
Yeah.
Let your gifts be experienced by the world. And the only way it's possible if you allow yourself to own them, to express them, to go for it, like courage, to have courage to live the life that you're meant to live.
Absolutely. And give yourself permission to do so.
I love that.
I love that too. And if you let me, I want to leave, because we are going to finish that conversation and I'm sure we will be back. But I want to leave our audience with that quote from Coco Channel, because I love Coco Channel. So I want you to all remember when you were a girl, who you wanted to be as a little girl, because then there was no barriers, there were no limits. And she says, a girl should be two things: who and what she wants. So who do you want to be tomorrow, today, the day after.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Beata. Thank you, everyone who joined us live. Thank you, every single one of you who's watching it as replay. If you want to share it with people who you think might enjoy it, please do so. And happy International Women's Day. Let's celebrate us again and again and again.
Let's celebrate us, and I will be more pushy than Julia. Share this video, share, because you never know who might need it today. And we touched a lot of points that people are looking for.
Love it. Thank you. And so much love to everybody. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Celebrate you.
Celebrate you.